Can I buy a car? ... Carlady Katie of CarladyKatie.com. We're going through a rapid fire of autocompletes on the question, can I buy a car? So number 1, can I buy a car in another state? Yes. So it's dealership contingent though. So it's up to them as to whether or not they want to license and title on your behalf. It's whether or not they want to accept your business. A lot of places are choosing actively to go local. But as long as you're willing to take care of the DMV paperwork yourself and understand that there might be a few hoops to jump through, at least in Washington State, and all of my answers are going to be Washington State contingent, you can get a 3-day trip permit where it makes it legal for you to be on the street and driving the vehicle home before being licensed, entitled, and registered somewhere else, so you have the time to get it home and to take care of all that paperwork. So yes, the majority of the time, as long as the dealership is amenable to it or the private party is, you can in fact buy a car in another state. Number 2, can I buy a car without a license? Yes. The odd caveat on this is you may not be able to finance. So some banks actually do stipulate that you have a license to purchase a vehicle to be able to finance through them. But you can buy whatever you want as long as you have identification verifying who you are. But you cannot drive it off the lot if you are not a licensed driver, obviously for insurance purposes, liability purposes, etc. So we are not going to transfer the keys over to you to have you drive it, but to have it in your name, yes, that is fine at the majority of places. Again, it's a dealership discretion thing. Can I buy a car with cash? Yes, you can buy a car with cash. If you mean official greenbacks, yes, absolutely. There is no benefit to you in paying cash anymore. So there used to be, back in the day when we would have to take paperwork over back and forth, it made sense to give a little bit of a discount for paying cash. But now we get our money however it comes. So we don't care if you finance, we don't care if you pay cash. In fact, it may behoove you to finance because we pick up a little bit of kickback from the bank in that scenario. So it's called a flat, where it's like, hey, thanks for plugging this business into us. And so cash can actually be a detriment to some transactions. So it's up to you. And yes, if you want to dump a big old bag of money on the table, that's also your prerogative. But the answer to that question is yes. Can I buy a car while pregnant? I don't see why not. That's a very, for it to be something that's autocomplete. Yes, you can buy a car while pregnant. Knock yourself out. So, all right, moving right along. Can I buy a car directly from the manufacturer? No. All the major manufacturers, for the most part, still have a franchise model. And so they have it for a lot of reasons. I don't think it's going anywhere. Direct purchase and direct sales, there's a whole host of reasons why that's unlikely to happen and unlikely to occur, at least in my career lifetime. But there is a benefit to you as the consumer of the franchise model, is you have a place and a face and an opportunity to go somewhere if something is to go wrong. And the manufacturer gets the benefits of that obligation of a local dealership to take good care of you as a customer. So there are a lot of wins that come along with this model, because if the franchise doesn't perform in a service manner the way of the expectations of the manufacturer, they choose who they send the vehicles to. You're going to lose out on some of your allocation. So it becomes a vested interest on a, store-by-store basis to make sure you're taking darn good care of your customers. So no, you cannot purchase directly from the manufacturer yet. Maybe, I don't know, for the majority. But do keep in mind that there are benefits to that. Unless you're looking at a Hot Wheels or a Matchbox or one of those little RC racers, no, you cannot buy a vehicle off of Amazon, at least not yet. I believe that they've been trying to dip their toes in it here and there from what I've seen in industry news, but they have not been able to circumvent the franchising model quite yet. And so it's one of those things that's interesting to watch and pay attention to, but who knows? It's one of those things that's always an evolving landscape, right? So thank you for playing a round of autocomplete rapid fire with me. I'm Carlady Katie of CarladyKatie.com. Take a second, like, subscribe, follow.